Cue the music.
Oh, hi there. I didn't notice you. I was just playing Rocksmith 2014 on the Steam Deck using my double neck bass guitar. Hey, I just had an idea. Why don't I have a good way to know what the temperature of things are? Because I would like to be able to touch this, but I don't know how hot that is, and it might not be safe to touch. But you know what? I just got this new heat gun for taking temperatures of stuff and things. However, I've got a problem. It doesn't turn on. That's because it needs a 9-volt battery, like this one. But I don't have a 9-volt battery. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and try and give it 9 volts another way. I do have a vape thing, and I also have I also have well, I thought I had a pocket knife, so instead I'll use this. What I'm gonna do is I am going to try and get this open and maintain that user port there and try to kind of do stuff with it. Now this is gonna be a pain in the butt, but we'll see how much effort it takes to get in there. So now that I've gained access to the internals, what I need is to know, God, this stinks. Holy shit. I need to know how many volts this right here is putting out. That is the actual battery input. There's probably an output somewhere on here. But this is our BMS, so this whole thing we're gonna try and keep. I really should be wearing gloves. Okay, so now that this isn't so gross to touch, I'm gonna lift up this little tab here so that I can remove the screen. Okay, then check out this wire management. Just remove that, and then remove. Looks like this one's routed a bit different. There we go. Get those removed. Now this just needs to be unscrewed. Okay. That looks like most of it. Stuff. This is just adhesive, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. And that's where the juice is all stored, so I'm gonna throw this away. Because normally, when you want to activate this thing, you would suck on the bib. And once you suck on that, so with that in mind, we now know that if I attached a wire to this pin here, then I would get electricity through here. So let's see. Go from here Huh.
2,000 years later.
Alright, I guess that solves it. I'm not going to do anything else with this until I get more of these guys, because right now that's all I've got. However, I can mess around with this component, like I mentioned before. I can short circuit it and get the screen to come on sometimes, apparently not all the time. There we go, got a load error on it. So that tells me that I can figure out how to get this to work. I just have to keep tinkering with it and figure out what actually makes it work. And the screen still comes on with the charge port and all that. Now, for the record, I got this vape pen from my child's backpack. I found out that he had been vaping and took this from him. I do not vape. I do not condone vaping. If you vape, gross. However, it is technically cool. Does your husband ever do this?
Are you recording me?
Maybe it's time that you try first-degree murder.
Sponsored by DickandHunt.com, a loving memory strategy, OneSketchyGuy.com, a website that exists, not his wallet. That one guy that somehow ends up in a party with you, even though you guys have never actually shared a conversation. You feel resentment towards him because the tone he used to treat your friend the other day. I don't know, it could be you. Maybe you're the problem.
So we have this, and I think the key problem here is that these exist, and I don't have one of these. So what I want to do is put some power source there. I have this, but I don't think it's going to provide enough voltage for that. What I could do is I have these connectors. So what I would need to do is just put an end on here, like that, right? Right? You see where I'm going with this? And then once I have an end on there, I could put a battery of some kind on there. Once I've got a battery, so let's go ahead and get these figured out. Ooh, it's hot. Well, we got one. Okay, now let's do the other one. Should be a lot easier. Probably should have started with the one that was going to be easy. Now you'll notice that I'm not using my fume extractor. That's because I accidentally destroyed it while working on one of my previous projects. It was the fume extractor. I was working on the fume extractor. Time for the moment of truth. Does this thing still work? Got our battery here. Got our connection. Plug it in. Battery does not explode. And we have our temperature sensor. Now, is that hot? Yes. Or 75 degrees Fahrenheit, which is not the temperature of that. spiked out to 104 there, 95. It's kind of accurate. I think the voltage is definitely wrong, but that's half the project. The other half is getting this battery to fit in there. Okay. That is a gun. And to change out the battery, I just unplug this, plug this into a charger. Simple as Pete. Now to find out if something's safe to touch. Seems safe enough.